Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, no excuses.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Get you your latest on a TGI Friday. We're getting a break of the thunderstorm potential today, a low chance of an odd isolated shower, and then tomorrow we are included in a risk of some severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and still some risks of showers and storms Saturday night into Sunday. Strong cold front running into our very warm and humid air mass. So find your spot on the map for Saturday. Marginal to slight risk for isolated to scattered severe storms that are possible. Mainly damaging winds is the primary threat, but large hail and a brief spin-up of a tornado in far northern West Virginia can't be ruled out as well. Your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Still a lot of warmth in here. Spots like Tampa, 90 today, 91 tomorrow, approaching some record heat down there. Chicago, 81 today, 58 tomorrow. Areas of the Great Lakes watching for another round of potential severe weather and heavy rain again out there. From Panhandle to Panhandle, 70s to low 80s. Up here, a low chance of a shower, mainly dry, lows in the 50s and 60s. Below record heat levels, but still well warmer than average. Martinsburg, you're at 81 today. You had a record high of 92 yesterday, so not as hot, but still well warmer than average by quite a bit. And lows in the 50s to near 60 tonight, warmer than average yet for the lows. Some of us have had some record warm lows in recent days too. And central to northern areas of the state, 70s and low 80s in here, still quite warmer than average. Low chance of an odd isolated shower. Dry tonight, lows in the 50s and near 60. And to the south, highs still 70s and 80s. Well warmer than average for still about a day and a half until this cold front swings through. Charleston, 84 sunny today, 61 tomorrow, 87 showers and storms likely. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday, cooler air early next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
Made it to a Friday. Coming up, we'll have the latest on as the Greenbrier turns. U.S. Senate candidate, Democrat Jeff Kessler will join us, and steam release at 11:33.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded.
We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the MetroNews Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is MetroNews Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set line uplink. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Dave and TJ. You're on. MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. Welcome into the program. MetroNews Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. Dave in Morgantown, TJ in Charleston. Our phone number is 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can text the show at 304-TALK-304. Keep those handy. Steam releases coming up at 11:33 this morning. Gang's all here. Got Sophia Wasik handling the audio side of things if you are listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state. And we have, of course, Jake Link handling the video side. You can watch this program on the MetroNews television app, also YouTube Live and Facebook Live. So multiple ways to participate. Stirewalt coming up second hour, steam release, of course, as well. Let's say good morning to Mr. TJ Meadows from the Charleston studios. Morning, TJ.
Before we get to Brad, broke yesterday. I missed it. Shame on me, but I don't want to bury the lead. Dave, they're going to make a Top Gun 3. Did you see this?
I did. I was having a conversation about that this morning. Isn't Tom Cruise getting just a tick old for Top Gun?
Goose is coming back, man.
How's
That's
that
what's
possible?
happening.
Wait. What? That's not possible.
When does it have to be possible or even plausible for a movie? I mean, it's going to be great. If it's as good as Maverick, I'll enjoy it. Maverick was good.
Well,
but
yes,
you do run the
Maverick-
risk of now screwing up the two good movies you have.
Maverick was excellent. That has been best theater experience in probably a decade.
Yeah.
Was Maverick. So,
I was excited to see it. I'll give it a whirl. I'll go watch it.
well, they're coming out with Spaceballs too, as well. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
I missed that.
Yeah, Rick
The
Moranis
Schwartz.
is coming out of retirement for that. May the Schwartz be with you. Let's bring Brad McElhinny into the conversation, who's now reconsidering agreeing to this segment. Brad has the latest on the Greenbrier saga. Emails entered into federal court now give us a little bit better of a picture of the discussion that happened prior to all of the court filings now between the Justice Family Businesses and TRT Holdings. Of course, that involves Omni Hotels. Brad McElhinny, I hope, is still on the line. Brad, good morning.
Hello and good morning. I have thoughts about the Top Gun movies, but maybe we should just move on with the Greenbrier news.
Well, you can weigh in on that as well, Brad. It's your segment, my man.
Yeah, well, at the risk of wasting time. So there's a theory at the beginning of Top Gun Maverick. He crashes, right? The Tom Cruise character. And there's a theory that the entire movie after that is just his dying thoughts, that none of it is real. It's all just a death dream. So if that's the case, if that theory holds up, you are bringing Goose back perhaps for the post-death Maverick in Top Gun 3.
Thank you, Brad.
I don't know if I'm ready for this deep of a conversation on a Friday. So, okay. Wow. That's a lot to chew on, Brad. How about something easy like legal wranglings? What's going on here, Brad? What have we learned from the latest court filings?
Oh, that. So the latest court filings do take you behind the scenes. So this is cobbled together from the Justice Family lawsuit that they filed in Greenbrier County, which gave us a few days ago this behind the scenes look at a Monday, April 6th, this month, Monday, April 6th meeting between Jim Justice and other family representatives at the Greenbrier with Omni Resort and Hotel chain owners, Bob and his son Blake Rolling. High profile. You take that for a little bit for what it's worth. I believed all along that that's what happened, but the narrator in that case is Jim Justice. This latest filing that came out yesterday in federal court has actual post-meeting emails that flurried back and forth between the two parties. So that substantiates it. There was, of course, a moment in all of this, as recently as Monday, April 6th, where maybe there could have been a mutually agreeable resolution to all this. What was apparently discussed in that meeting was for TRT Holdings, the Rollings, Omni Resorts, to acquire a 50% ownership in the Greenbrier in exchange for giving $200 million in debt. The two sides break for lunch, each in different places. And then apparently, according to the justices, the TRT representatives fill out that possibility where TRT would act as the general manager and manage the Greenbrier's operation. The Justice family's role is described only as a significant role. I take that to be potentially, sort of ambassadors, local flavor. So I think less of a front seat managerial function. Well, the Rollings then after that fly home, and within the next day, these emails are exchanged, and they are apparently word for word in this latest filing with one of the representatives of the Rolling Group, Paul George, who is Senior Vice President and General Counsel at TRT Holdings, saying in the email, "Thank you for your time and hospitality." Pretty polite, right? We enjoyed meeting all of you and thought most of the conversation was constructive. And then it shifts the entire tone. Still polite, but he says, "We spent several hours last night and this morning discussing ideas among our team." All right, so you're beginning to get the feeling of cold feet. The team that discussed it included our external advisors. And then TRT says there is not a transaction that could ultimately get done to meet our respective objectives. and he talks about the fact that TRT would find it very difficult for the Justice family to have equity in a new company when some creditors are not paid in full. So the weight of the other debt is a factor in this cold feet that's being described by email. And then, it's like a romantic relationship that, showed promise. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, I got an email and it's off. We are not going to the movies again.
So the line of George's email, the one you just mentioned, that's what really stood out to me. So let's try to analyze that. He said specifically, we think it would be very difficult for the Justice family to have equity in a new company, when some creditors are not paid in full. So you've got the debt that Omni owns. I took that to read there's still outstanding debt, whether that's, I don't know, Fortress or whoever that would be. And if there are still counterparties to other debt and I'm Omni, I don't know who I'm getting into bed with, right? Because if that debt goes unpaid, then there could be another party to the table. I'm trying to piece this together, Brad, but that does not sound unreasonable to me. If I can have a deal with Jim Justice and just Jim Justice, okay. But if there's other debt that could bring other counterparties into this, I can kind of understand the apprehension of Omni and why they wouldn't want to do that, especially when their founder talks about control. I mean, he is obsessed with control so as to have quality. Am I thinking about that the right way, in your opinion?
The decision in the end was, enough with this talking about a 50-50 relationship. We're going to declare default. We're going to say that this property is that this loan arrangement is ours, and we're going to go to federal court over it. That was the decision in the end.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the multiple layers of debt that you're describing, not just on the Greenbrier properties, but, interconnected potentially with coal properties, with agriculture properties, timbering, all of that is very complicated. And the dynamics of the negotiating teams, it's the Justice family on one side. And the major players in that are Jim Justice, who is a U.S. Senator and an outsized personality, and his son, Jay Justice. So a father-son duo on the one side, making up the core of the Justice team. And on the other side, Bob Rolling, who is 71 years old. With apologies to Bob Rolling, I don't have that memorized. And then his son, his heir apparent, Blake Rolling, who is the president of TRT Holdings. And what divisions of thinking, what differences in perspective do each of those father-son duos have on this deal? I think that makes it a little complicated as well. So, the entire thing that they're going to come to a deal while having a gentleman's discussion in an office, eventually particularly when TRT gets together and they begin to talk among themselves, it just collapses under its own weight.
Well, we're talking to Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny. While we are overanalyzing here, I've never been part of high-stakes discussions quite like this, but the part that sticks out most of the conversation, we enjoyed most of the conversation, felt most of the conversation constructive. That part they didn't find constructive, how much of a sour taste does that leave in TRT Holdings' mouth, leaving that discussion? And you think about it, and finally you come to the realization, we don't have to take that. We have the upper hand here. Again, we're totally speculating, Brad, but I just wonder what part of the conversation was not constructive, and as everybody went their separate ways, how much of that became something you think about and you go, you know what? Never mind. We don't have to do this.
Yeah, I can only imagine that there might have been differences of opinion among the TRT team. I think it is likely their turn on a dime to have been engaging in, potentially cooperative discussions and then send a breakup email. I think that has probably generated ill will in the Justice camp. But I will also say one of the ways the Justice group has responded is to file their own lawsuit in Greenbrier County, accusing TRT and their longtime banker Carter Bank of fraudulent behavior. That doesn't mince words. It doesn't pull any punches. But the other thing that they've done there is they've not just sued the entities, not just sued the corporations, Carter Bank and TRT. They've sued Bob and Blake Rolling personally. And I'm going to, again, enunciate that word. The root word of personally is personal. And so how would you take it if you were a successful billionaire, Bob Rowling or Blake Rowling? How would you take being sued personally? Would you want to cooperate in the future?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, a guy in Rowling's position probably been sued all the time. I mean, business brings that, right? So I don't know. It may not be as crippling as it would be to you or me. The other part of this filing that sticks out to me is Justice asserts, his lawyers assert, that they value the Greenbrier at a little over all of the properties here that we're talking about, the sporting club, et cetera, at just over $1.1 billion. 1.1 billion with a B. He's into Omni now for what was the payoff, Brad? Something like $340 million, I think now is what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So the argument Justice is making is, look, there's still $700 million of value here, folks. You're not going to take $700 million away from me for $300 million. There's got to be some kind of reconciling. Now, how levered up is that other $700 million? I have no idea. But the point Justice is trying to, bring home here, which is not, hard to understand, is, yeah, I may owe you money, but you're not going to take away $700 million off my plate. So it'll be very interesting to see if this moves to receivership, what directions, if any at all, the judge gives the receiver in terms of whether they sell the asset, how they value it, what happens to that other $700 million, because that's still hanging out there. And no one's really talking about it in these filings, but I think it's a fair point that the attorneys are making here. You can't take $700 million off the table if somebody owes you $300 million. I mean, you got to reconcile that to some degree if the value is really $1.1 billion.
So moments ago, I talked about personal relationships and a potential lack of trust being a barrier, but I will agree with you that in the end, the bottom line is going to be what matters. That they will see eye to eye if they can work it out financially, which means that I don't rule out the possibility that this still could settle out of court, that it may never reach the point that the judge makes a decision, and that will be the case if both parties agree that it makes sense on the financial terms. Another potential outcome, if we got just a second, is the justices keep talking sort of in veiled terms about yet another lender. And so it could be that this ends with somebody else outside of these two parties coming in as a white knight with additional cash, some other business partner who we just can't see coming.
Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny. Read his story right now at WVMetroNews.com. Have a nice weekend, Brad.
Hey, thanks.
Talkline from the Cove Insurance Studios. Back in a moment.
I'm Tom Willis, running against Shelley Moore Capito for U.S. Senate. Sarah and I love raising our kids here in West Virginia. You're the best people in the world, and it has been my honor to serve West Virginia for 26 years in the West Virginia National Guard, including flood duties all over our great state, and now in the state Senate. Shelley has abandoned our West Virginia traditional Christian family values, is ranked as one of the top insider traders in the U.S. Senate, and instead of negotiating for West Virginia families, got her son appointed as DA. I'm Tom Willis, and I approve this message because it's time for a change, West Virginia.
Paid for by Tom Willis Victory. Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
The rule of law protects our communities. Integrity protects our values. Conservative Justice Gerald Titus spent his career fighting for both. As a prosecutor, Titus took on criminals and traffickers. Now, as a justice, he applies the law as written, fairly and independently. Endorsed by law enforcement, he stands with those who protect and serve. Because when courts uphold the law, criminals are held accountable and communities are safer. For Justice Titus, it's personal.
I'm Justice Gerald Titus. I spent my career upholding the rule of law. I was born here, raised here, and now my wife and I are raising our family in West Virginia. We need judges who are fair and apply the law as written and protect the rights of all our citizens.
Vote to keep conservative Justice Gerald Titus on the West Virginia Supreme Court. Vote early or on May 12th. Paid for by Titus for Supreme Court.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti-everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Let's get to Jeff Jenkins, Metro News newsroom. It has been crazy busy with investigations going on. Jeff, good morning. What's the latest, buddy?
Yeah, good morning. We do have a situation this morning in Bridgeport that's involved the FBI, Dave. Just getting some information in on this, and a SWAT team was involved. There was a situation at a townhome there, and it appears to have involved several authorities. I think there were some warrants and there was an arrest, and so we're trying to get all that information. So we'll have something on that coming up at the website. That's the latest this morning. Last night in Kanawha County, there was a domestic call in eastern Kanawha County in the community, town of Chesapeake, and Kanawha County Sheriff's deputies responded, and when they got there, there was a woman they were talking to, and then a man comes into the picture, and he starts, this is according to sheriff's deputies, he began shooting, shot the woman, shot her in the back, and then the deputy fired. The man took off, got in his vehicle, took off toward Charleston, got up onto the interstate, and he wrecked his vehicle as police are chasing. He wrecked near the Mink Shoals exit of Interstate 79, so heading north there. Lost control of his vehicle. Deputies say he brandished a gun after that. There were numbers of law enforcement. He brandish a gun. They exchanged the gunfire. He was shot and killed. At that, we don't have his name yet. They have not released that. They're still kind of working through that. They were on the scene there for several hours up until early this morning. We understand the woman who was shot is in stable condition at a Charleston hospital. Now, a couple of hours, about 5 hours after that, so they had I-79 blocked both north and south, but you could get off at Big Chimney coming south and Mink Shoals going north and get on 119 and get around it. There was a man from St. Albans at right around midnight who just was driving drunk, went through where they had traffic diverted off and slammed into a DOH truck and a sheriff's cruiser. So basically just drove right through where they were, getting traffic off the interstate. And so he gets arrested for DUI. Fortunately, no injuries there, but we've got a photo of that, of his truck at the website. And of course, the stories on the officer-involved shooting.
Busy day. Morning, night, whatever it was, Jeff.
Yeah.
It has been busy down in the valley.
Yeah, I would have to say yes, and then other places too. So we're on this Bridgeport thing, so we'll try to get something up on that soon.
All right, Metro News, you can read that over at wvmetronews.com. Jeff from the Metro News newsroom. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks so much.
Okay, see ya.
Back in a moment. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It's 10:30. Let's get a news update. Check in with the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, no excuses.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Get you your latest on a TGI Friday. We're getting a break of the thunderstorm potential today, a low chance of an odd isolated shower, and then tomorrow we are included in a risk of some severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and still some risks of showers and storms Saturday night into Sunday. Strong cold front running into our very warm and humid air mass. So find your spot on the map for Saturday. Marginal to slight risk for isolated to scattered severe storms that are possible. Mainly damaging winds is the primary threat, but large hail and a brief spin up of a tornado in far northern West Virginia can't be ruled out as well. Your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Still a lot of warmth in here. Spots like Tampa, 90 today, 91 tomorrow, approaching some record heat down there. Chicago, 81 today, 58 tomorrow. Areas of the Great Lakes watching for another round of potential severe weather and heavy rain again out there. From Panhandle to Panhandle, 70s to low 80s. Up here, a low chance of a shower, mainly dry, lows in the 50s and 60s. Below record heat levels, but still well warmer than average. Martinsburg, you're at 81 today. You had a record high of 92 yesterday, so not as hot, but still well warmer than average by quite a bit. And lows in the 50s to near 60 tonight, warmer than average yet for the lows. Some of us have had some record warm lows in recent days too. And central to northern areas of the state, 70s and low 80s in here, still quite warmer than average. Low chance of an odd isolated shower. Dry tonight, lows in the 50s and near 60. And to the south, highs still 70s and 80s. Well warmer than average for still about a day and a half until this cold front swings through. Charleston, 84 sunny today, 61 tomorrow, 87 showers and storms likely. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday, cooler air early next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at Salango Law.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti-everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
304 Talk 304, the text line 800-765-TALK, the phone number. Keep those handy. Steam release is coming up 1 hour from now. Mike Nolting from WAJR in Morgantown will join us next segment. We'll get an update on that murder trial that is continuing in Monongalia County this morning. Some powerful testimony yesterday on the witness stand. We'll get an update from Mike in just a little bit. Jeff Kessler is one of the Democrats running for the party's nomination for U.S. Senate. Kessler, a longtime West Virginia lawmaker, was the former state Senate leader and is now running for U.S. Senate, and he joins us on Metro News Talkline. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, and how are you today?
Doing great. Glad you could be with us. Why, after taking a little hiatus from elected office, do you want to get in this again and this time run for U.S. Senate?
Well, you know, after I ran for governor and wasn't successful in 2016, I came home, was perfectly happy, just taking care of my 4 kids. I got 4 boys, ages 11 through 35, and practicing law, taking care of my clients day by day, whatever, and client by client, taking care of problems and people's issues in the community. And, you know, what I saw happening in Washington and in government today, you know, sort of like Thomas Paine, now are the times that try men's souls and women's souls. You know, what I saw happening with government is just not working, particularly at the federal level. You know, there's so much divisiveness, things of that nature. But the biggest thing that probably was the impetus for me jumping into the political arena again is, you know, I just was absolutely appalled at the vote that Senator Capito made for the big, beautiful bill, they call it. I call it the big, ugly bill. You may not know, but back in 2012, when I was president of the Senate, I was very instrumental in getting the Medicaid expansion passed in West Virginia. As you know, the ACA had been passed. It was called Obamacare. Obama wasn't very popular. He had gotten beat in the primary, in fact, by a prisoner from West Virginia who was confined in Texas, but got more votes than Obama. You know, with the war on coal mantra and things of that nature, wasn't popular. So I recall Governor Tomlin had been just sworn in. He introduced bills that would, you know, as every governor does in the state, that he wanted to get passed, and asked for a meeting with me. And we went through them, and I said, Governor, those all look pretty good. And he said, what do you want from me, Jeff? I said, Governor, I want you to you know, commit to doing Medicaid expansion in the state. And he thought about it. And I said, you know, he said, why, Jeff? You know, Obamacare is not popular. And we had a frank discussion about it. I said, Governor, it will, at the federal government expense, paying 100% of it, I think, for the first 5 years, will provide health insurance to tens, if not hundreds of thousands of West Virginians for the first time. Today, over 600,000 West Virginians, a third of our population, are covered by Medicaid. Well, 522. 4 out of 5 people in our nursing homes are paid for by Medicaid. Half the childbirth, half the children. You know, and yet despite those facts, you know, Shelley voted to pass the big, beautiful bill that's going to cause $11 trillion across the country and $1 billion worth of funding for those benefits, health care benefits in West Virginia. So, you know, I will vote to represent the people of my state. I thought, you know, she's going to turn her back on a third of our population for a bill that's going to benefit basically a bunch of out-of-state billionaires with huge permanent tax breaks. You know, you don't deserve to represent us anymore. And that doesn't even count the SNAP benefits that you're looking at. You know, the taking food out of hungry mothers and children's mouths. If you're not going to represent the people and take care of the people that you represent, it's time for you to go.
Let me jump in here on this. Let me jump in. We're $39 trillion in debt. How would you pay for the subsidies and these other programs when we have Social Security, Medicare we have to pay for, defense? How do you balance it all?
Well, you know, we seem to find money for everything else. You know, it's costing $1 billion a day to be over in, you know, Iran on the war that Congress, by the way, never authorized. We find money for everything else. There's tax breaks to a bunch of billionaires, particularly a billionaire tax, you know, that Elon Musk, you probably pay more in taxes than Donald Trump, and also Elon Musk and, you know, the super wealthy. You know, there can be a passive tax on some of those particularly earnings, market earnings that folks are making by buying up companies, selling them, things of that nature that, that can do it. Now, what this trickle-down economics, giving tax breaks at the top, hasn't worked since both of the Trump administrations has led to a significant increase in, as you know, in the national debt of this country. They were going down under Democrats, under both Obama and under President Clinton. You saw reductions they not necessarily under Biden because of the COVID. But I'll tell you, the policies of trickle-down economics does not work. I believe in building our economy from the bottom and the middle up, not from the top down. Trickle-down economics hasn't worked. Somebody show me it has, and I'll be open to debate and be open to those suggestions. But they have not worked.
Talking to Jeff Kessler, Democrat running for U.S. Senate here in West Virginia. May 12th is the primary election. Would you support the War Powers Act?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution provides that only the Congress has the power to declare war. It's been bypassed. I know got beat yesterday in the House by one vote, and I know Senator Capito's voted against it every single time. And that's another thing that troubles me about her time in office. I mean, I think she has abdicated her role of the legislative branch of Congress of being a co-equal branch of government. Whatever comes down from the executive, she rolls over and does, even when it hurts West Virginia. And it's not only there. They passed a bill, the Epstein files, released those, December 15th or whatever, comes and goes, and still they haven't been fully released. Passed by Congress, ignored by the executive. The War Powers Act, we don't need your power, we're just going to do it. We don't need authorization. I could go on and on and on. It's just they've ceded their power as a Congress. And that's why Congress, if you note, has probably the lowest popularity in our nation's history. I think 10 or 15 maybe % of the people have trust and belief in Congress. And that's why. They're not doing their job. It's all about three things, the 3 Ps I'll call them: power, politics, and punishment. Just punish the other side. When I was in the presidency of the Senate, lieutenant governor, and standing up there with the gavel and presiding over the Senate, I worked with the other side. If you look at the history, you'll see that 99% probably of the bills that we passed during my tenure in office was 34-0, unanimously. You know why? I reached out to the other side. We had debate. I'd call in the minority leader and say, we're going to run this bill. What's your thoughts, Mike? Mike Call was the minority leader at the time. He said, we don't like that one provision. And I said, well, take it out. We'll run that bill separately. Okay. We passed the bill. We'll run the other bills separately. You've got to have dialogue and collegiality and compromise and make changes sometimes incrementally. But the guiding star of it's got to be good, sound public policy that benefits the people of my state, period.
Jeff, do you believe in term limits? Would you commit
Absolutely.
to only spending a certain amount of time in the Senate? So what should that be? 1 term, 2 term? What should the limit be then?
Oh, elections are term limits too. People do have a right to. I'm more concerned, not necessarily term limits. I'm more concerned about the role that big money plays in politics. Government is the best best government money can buy. People are spending tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of millions, not billions of dollars, millions of dollars to get elected to a seat that pays $170,000 or whatever. It's just ludicrous. You got all this outside money. Citizens United, in my view, was the downfall of our free election system, because it let everybody and his brother spend an enormous amount of money, particularly out of state. Heck, it could even be foreign governments intervening in our elections to elect leaders that become puppets of them. I'm told a lot of the members in Congress will go back to the call rooms and spend several hours a day just calling, begging for money. They ought to be meeting with constituents they represent. That's what I'll pledge to do.
Jeff, got about 30 seconds here. Why should Democrats support you on primary election day, May 12th?
Because I can win, number one, and number two, I've served at both the municipal, county, and state levels. I have got things done. I get policies done that take care of the people of this state. And as the United States Senator, I will do the same. If it doesn't help the people I represent, I ain't voting for it. Not party, not power, not influence, not special interest. I will be controlled by one sole guiding star, and if that helps the majority of the people in my state.
Jeff Kessler, Democrat, running for the party's nomination for U.S. Senate. Again, the primary election is May 12th. Early voting starts April 29th and Tuesday, April 21st. Your last day to either register to vote or update your voter registration status. Jeff, thanks so much for the time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Have a great weekend.
You as well. Mike Nolting joins us next from WAJR News. We'll get an update on an ongoing murder trial in Montague County.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Are you ready to reach the finish line of retirement? At the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group, we provide comprehensive guidance for retirement planning in West Virginia. With years of experience, we'll draft a plan tailored for your unique goals. Whether you're just starting or nearing retirement, we make the process as simple as possible, easy, and stress-free. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike to set up a complimentary consultation and get started on your plan today. Let's work toward your dream retirement together.
Worried about paying for college? MetroNews is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Patients who have allergies and sinusitis, they have worse quality of life on many levels. At the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center, we provide all the most recent technology in office procedures to help patients who cannot breathe through their nose. Patients come in, within half an hour they can leave. Whatever problem with the sinus and allergy you're having, we can help you get the right treatment.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
For your daily fix of sports in West Virginia, there's only one stop.
I would imagine a group of you got together and watched the Mountaineers last night. What were your thoughts on that performance?
It was funny, we were sitting with a guy last night, and he said, all right, I'm going to go put $1,000 on it. Well, down the stretch of that ball game, he's looking at us like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, the Mountaineers came back. I saw him today. He said, yep, I'm putting another $1,000 on them tomorrow.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Testimony continues a couple of blocks from here, actually, in downtown Morgantown at the Montague County Justice Center in the murder trial of 52-year-old Joseph Navera. He is accused of killing his girlfriend, Kimberly Osborne, in May of 2024, then burying her body in a shallow grave near their residence. Her remains were eventually found several months later. Day 3 of testimony featured a friend of Joseph Navera who kind of participated in the crime. We bring in WAJR's Mike Nolting. He's host of the Talk of the Town, works in the newsroom as well. Mike, add some more context to this. Very damning testimony yesterday in the courtroom.
Well, Dave, I tell you, from the beginning of the week, we've heard about the tumultuous relationship between Joseph Navera and the victim, Kimberly Osborne, and not just from one or two people, but we heard it from 5 or 6 people. Now, yesterday on the stand, that was really illustrated by testimony of Joseph Navera's longtime friend, John Claiborne, who talked about laying in bed in a cabin on Navera's property and being woken up by Navera. Navera was in a shaken state. He was trying to explain to Claiborne what had happened, and Claiborne told the jury what Navera told him at that time, and I'd like to play that soundbite if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
He was like, I watched the light go out of her eyes, and that's when I knew. I said, Joe, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I walked on the porch, and he goes, look, and he opened the back door, and she was in the back seat, upside down.
Now, just to set that comment up, this was after Navera had gone to Claiborne's door, and in order to prove that what he was telling him was true, he took him out to the car and showed him Osborne's body. Osborne's body was inside the car that she was last seen driving, and in that soundbite, Claiborne tells the jury that Navera told him that he saw the light go out of her eyes. Now, Osborne's body was missing for 6 to 7 months, and during that time period, Claiborne also told the jury that Navera went to great lengths to cover up evidence, small things that may have been around the house, and one of those things just happened to be Claiborne's phone. And Claiborne explained to the jury what Navera did with that phone. I'll play that sound clip.
When we left, we were pulling out of there. He goes, you got your phone on you? I said, yeah. And so we passed his mom and turned on the door barn. He goes, let me see it. And I showed him my phone. And he checked my phone out the window. I said, Joe, what's up? I said, that phone don't mean nothing to me. I felt like it was evidence. I don't know.
Now, at one point, Claiborne did tell the jury that he was very remorseful, had no idea the consequences of his actions. He's now been charged with being an accessory after the fact, and then followed up his statements with this to the jury.
A close friend of accused murder. A close friend.
You got that queued up, Mike?
Obviously, that is not
that
the
was
right
Joe
soundbite,
Nelson.
But Claiborne went back in front of the defense to be cross-examined at 9 o'clock this morning, and that is underway as we have this conversation. We expect to hear from our guy inside the courtroom in the noon hour.
So, Mike, I want to go back. Claiborne sees the body. What does he do at that point? I want to be clear about that. You said he's been charged as an accessory. What do we know about those charges? What did he do? What did he not do? I'm also wondering, do we know if he was given any kind of leniency for testifying?
Well, TJ, I can tell you that it sounds like Claiborne was in shock. And what Claiborne ended up doing was following Navarro to the site where the body was buried in an effort to assist him dispose of the body.
Okay.
That's what happened after the fact, and I think that Claiborne, definitely not from West Virginia, and had lived there on the property that Navarro owned for, I think, nearly 20 years. And when you each day of this trial, you really start to get the impression, or you start to feel like Navarra is really kind of a controlling, violent person. We heard from Kimberly Osborne's father that he wanted to confront Navarra about the violence, but his daughter warned her father that Navarra had goons that would come after him and hurt him.
Mike Nolting from the WAJR Newsroom. Joe Nelson is our reporter in the courtroom. Mike will keep posted for the latest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Take a break. Back to wrap up a busy first hour of Talkline. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Located in the heart of West Virginia, Bridgeport is the place to play. Endless indoor and outdoor recreation opportunities, including the Bridgeport Complex, coupled with a dynamic food scene, make Bridgeport the perfect getaway destination for couples and families. Explore unique shopping and pick from a wealth of lodging options to find something perfect for your needs. Explore the heart of West Virginia in Bridgeport. Learn more about all there is to do at greater-bridgeport.com.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914,
The same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
The West Virginia Lottery Back to Roots promotion tour continues. Every $5 in-store purchase gets a chance to win great prizes plus entry into the $40,000 grand prize drawing. Put your best 80s gear on and join the tour. Visit WVLottery.com for a stop near you. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Steam release is coming up 30 minutes from now. We'll talk to Chris Stirewalt on the other side of the news break. Go get you another cappuccino, maybe a cafe latte. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, no excuses.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Get you your latest on a TGI Friday. We're getting a break of the thunderstorm potential today, a low chance of an odd isolated shower. And then tomorrow, we are included in a risk of some severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and still some risks of showers and storms Saturday night into Sunday. Strong cold front running into our very warm and humid air mass. So find your spot on the map for Saturday. Marginal to slight risk for isolated to scattered severe storms that are possible. Mainly damaging winds is the primary threat, but large hail and a brief spin up of a tornado in far northern West Virginia can't be ruled out as well. Your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Still a lot of warmth in here. Spots like Tampa, 90 today, 91 tomorrow, approaching some record heat down there. Chicago, 81 today, 58 tomorrow. Areas of the Great Lakes watching for another round of potential severe weather and heavy rain again out there. From Panhandle to Panhandle, 70s to low 80s. Up here, a low chance of a shower, mainly dry, lows in the 50s and 60s. Below record heat levels, but still well warmer than average. Martinsburg, you're at 81 today. You had a record high of 92 yesterday, so not as hot, but still well warmer than average by quite a bit. And lows in the 50s to near 60 tonight, warmer than average yet for the lows. Some of us have had some record warm lows in recent days too. And central to northern areas of the state, 70s and low 80s in here, still quite warmer than average. Low chance of an odd isolated shower. Dry tonight, lows in the 50s and near 60. And to the south, highs still 70s and 80s. Well warmer than average for still about a day and a half until this cold front swings through. Charleston, 84 sunny today, 61 tomorrow, 87 showers and storms likely. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday, cooler air early next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
MetroNews Talkline continues, second hour from the Encova Insurance Studios. Steam release. Less than 30 minutes away. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. 800-765-8255. That's the number to call. You can text your steams to 304-TALK 304. Coming up, bottom of the hour, we'll turn it over to you for steam release. Sophia Wasik, our audio producer, if you're listening in on one of our great radio affiliates across the state. And Jake Link is handling the video stream on the Metro News television app, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live as well. Major developing international story this morning. We've yet to touch on it, but Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is completely opened, and TJ, markets are loving that news this morning.
Yeah, on that news, the S&P sets a new record, Dave, reaching 7,100 for the first time. It's actually 34 points past that. Oil from May delivery, the next closing month on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, down 14%, trading at $81.24 a barrel. You'll remember, it was about $119 a barrel at the height of this issue, so way down. Wholesale gas trading at $2.89 a gallon. That's down 8%. All of this on that news out of Iran. The president saying the blockade is still in effect. But Kelly Meyer of News Nation saying, breaking on the lower third here, that Iran has agreed to end enrichment per President Trump. There you go.
Well, with all of that in mind, say good morning to Chris Stirewalt, politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and a best-selling author. Chris, good morning.
Heck yeah. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday. What do you make of all that happening this morning?
Well, that would be super. It would definitely be super. I think the contour here, you noted that in its statement talking about reopening the strait, Iran did not say because of negotiations with the United States. They cited Israel. and said that because Israel had agreed to a ceasefire with Hezbollah in Lebanon, that they would agree to reopen the strait. So they're looking to tie it to something else, right? Iran, which has for a generation tried to cast itself as, and with a reasonable argument, a regional power and sort of the home of the defense of Shia Islam. And so this is Iran casting itself in the role of, we are the defender of our allies, our people around, and we are dealing with Israel, not the United States. The question now is, well, is it true that Iran has agreed to entirely stop enriching uranium, and for how long, and what is the case? It is possible. The best case scenario sounds like what it is that Iran has agreed to reopen the strait and stop enrichment as a beginning to the next round of longer term talks, and that we go back to long-term negotiation with Iran, with a more radical Iran, but a destabilized, a weakened regime, and that the United States and Israel are able to wear down essentially the Iranians over time, continue to encourage and foment upheaval and uprising in Iran, and that sort of time goes back to being on our side. In the conflict to this point, time in this chapter of the conflict, time has been on the Iranian side. The longer they could last and the more they could disrupt the international flow of energy, the better for them. If the United States and Israel are able to get Iran to a point where they say, we're reopening the strait and we agree to stop enriching, then maybe time goes back on the side of the United States and Israel of waiting for the next revolution and waiting for the regime to fall.
Chris, in your opinion, can the president's ego live with Iran giving Israel credit? As you rightly noted, they're doing this because of the ceasefire in Lebanon. Can he live with that? Can he live with that?
They say that that's why they're doing it,
Yeah.
but obviously the blockade of the blockade is, the strangulation of Iran's devastated economy. And I am sure pressure from the Chinese to say like, okay, we've had our fun. The United States has spent a few $100 billion and we've had all this trouble. So now it's starting to hurt us to an unacceptable degree because of the shipments of oil and fertilizer. So let's get on with it. And of course, Trump and Xi have the summit that Trump is going to call on Xi in Beijing next month. And that is, I'm sure, part of the whole discussion. Remember, the secret for Donald Trump is it's not whether or not his ego can stand it. It is, can he create an acceptable alternate reality? And can he sell it? Donald Trump is a good salesman because he believes his own BS, right? That's like the secret of, as George Costanza said, it's not a lie if you believe it. And so for the president, does he believe he actually won the 2020 election? I don't know, but he sure says he does. And creating alternate realities is Donald Trump's strongest suit and his great power in politics. A thing does not have to be true. It only has to be said to be true. And it only has to be believed. You know what I mean?
Talking to Chris Stirewalt, politics editor for The Hill and host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation. Has the conflict in Iran, has it driven a wedge within MAGA?
Well, no, because it can't be MAGA if this is a no true Scotsman fallacy. The MAGA is Donald Trump. It is a political movement arranged around Donald Trump. It is not an ideological movement, principally. It is an attitudinal movement, and it is definitely a cult of personality. It says, we believe in Donald Trump and we support Donald Trump and we trust Donald Trump. And it's like a quarter or more of the electorate all in. And it's a lot of people. Now, over time, that will shrink because Donald Trump's relevance will decline. He's almost 80 years old and he's term limited and all of that stuff. But Donald Trump is only the most recent of a group of populist, nationalist kind of Republicans. Pat Buchanan comes to mind first and foremost from the 1980s and 1990s, who there's a point of view, and we could look at previous Republican nominating contests where you see a Rick Santorum, or you see a Mike Huckabee, or you see a Herman Cain. But this is a kind of populist, right-wing populism that has always had a home in the Republican Party. It was very much Richard Nixon's brand of being. Those people are substantially aligned with MAGA, but they are not the same thing, right? That's not the same thing. There are people who have I don't know whether you paid any attention to this. There's no reason you should have. But there was a schism between the Club for Growth and Donald Trump. And the Club for Growth is a conservative organization that has for decades been dedicated to the idea of getting more conservative members elected to Congress. And they disagreed about what that meant. And they went to war with Donald Trump. I think they went to war in West Virginia with Donald Trump over, I assume, Alex Mooney or something like that, about who is the correct candidate. They reached an accord with Donald Trump, but they're not the same thing as MAGA, because MAGA is only Donald Trump. J.D. Vance is not MAGA. J.D. Vance may be America First. He would describe himself as MAGA, but this is a different thing. And so what we're watching is the Republican Party wrestle with the discussions that are going to predominate the 2028 campaign. J.D. Vance is going a long way to lock up deep-pocketed, big money support. He's got the tech industry. He's got he is lining up all the powerful sectors that he needs to basically be an uncatchable front runner for the Republican nomination. But there will be people both from J.D. Vance isn't a conservative, but he is right wing. So there will be conservatives who say, I don't like your tariff policy. I don't like your central economic planning. I don't like your commingling of church and state. I'm not down. And then there will be nationalists of the Tucker Carlsonian variety who think that J.D. Vance is a sellout, and that as J.D. Vance has accommodated himself to Donald Trump and sucked up to these donors and done those other things, that he didn't really make a full conversion when he was running for Ohio Senate way back when. So all of this is going to break loose over the dam as soon as the midterms are over, if not before.
Chris, it's like the president is A/B testing on Truth Social. His thumbs have to be tired. He's talking about Tucker being a low IQ person, also going at Megyn Kelly. At the same time, he says we're the hottest country in the world. We almost lost it with sleepy Joe Biden. Iran's announced the Strait is open. Lebanon had nothing to do with this deal. We're going to get all the nuclear dust out. It's just like... Man, you got to give the guy credit for stamina. I mean, he is really thinking Pakistan. So, no problem finding that alternate narrative, I guess.
Do you think he tweets all those tweets? I don't think he tweets all those tweets. I
think he does a lot of them.
You think he tweeted AI Jesus?
Oh, sure he did.
He didn't make AI Jesus. Donald Trump did not go to Claude and say... No,
he got it from somewhere, but he put it out there. And then he said he was a doctor. Come on, you didn't take that. You didn't believe that.
Well, speaking of J.D. Vance, you saw what J.D. Vance did, which was interesting. The president's position was he was mistaken, and that he posted that believing that it depicted him as a doctor, not the Sacred Heart of MAGA imbuing health into a sick person's head, with apparently the Statue of Liberty as a Decepticon. I don't know what the backdrop on that thing is a real doozy, but he said he was mistaken. J.D. Vance, when asked about it, now J.D. Vance is an adult convert to Roman Catholicism who believes the Catholic Church should be very different, which I am not a Catholic, but I've never really understood this thing of I don't know if either of you guys are Catholic, but my perceived benefit of Roman Catholicism is that it's like McDonald's, There's one everywhere, and you're basically going to get the same thing wherever you go. You might get the priest with the guitar, you might get some sandals here and there, but basically you're going to get the same product delivered in a consistent way wherever you go. And upside/downside is you don't have to think about the theology because they'll tell you, right? It's not up for debate. I am an ethnic Presbyterian who is a member of an Anglican church. It's challenging, right? There's voting and there's decisions and will we leave this or will we leave that? The magisterium of the Catholic Church, the beauty is, here you go, we'll let you know what to, when you need to think something different, we'll let you know what to think. And then these adult converts to Roman Catholicism, like J.D. Vance, are like, yeah, I like the smells and bells. I like the big hats. This is all good. I like the rules, but you need to do this differently. And it's what it is to me is like, they don't know it, but they're just Lutherans. They're just people who want the trappings of Roman Catholicism, but don't want the Pope. And I just don't understand it. And I don't understand why you would give up what are to me obvious benefits of Roman Catholicism only to get in and be like, now let's do it differently.
You ever think about becoming a theologian?
It'd be quite a goat rodeo, wouldn't it? If my theology would be a real goat rodeo. I try to just keep it real simple on my side of things. But I think right now this fight over blasphemy, Roman Catholicism, the invocation of the Avignon captivity, all of this stuff speaks to a Republican Party that has a lot of churn under the surface, and that I'm not comparing Donald Trump to Saddam Hussein.
But I think it goes beyond Catholicism. I mean, look at
right.
I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Let's do it. I already did.
I lost a lot of respect for Franklin Graham and his comments.
Come
on.
You were still hanging in that Franklin Graham was you were
Samaritan's Purse does good
until last week. You were like, I think Franklin Graham is theologically sound. I think Franklin Graham is running a charity, and he's not his father. He's running a charity, and Franklin Graham has been all in on Donald Trump and MAGA for as long as for a decade. Yeah. And look, here's the thing. There are people who believe that the founding of the United States and the way that it was founded was a mistake. And there are a lot of people on the left, a lot of progressive people on the left who think that that's true and that it was dangerous. And now there are a lot of people on the right who think that it's true because we embraced the precepts of the Enlightenment because of John Locke and Adam Smith and David Hume and all of that stuff about you're free and you keep the chocolate of the government out of the peanut butter of faith. And you do, and these are separate spheres, the Augustinian concept of a city of God and a city of man. There are a lot and an increasing number of people on the right who say that was a mistake and that we need the government back in the legislating morality department and compelling people to believe or act a certain way. And so the horseshoe is horseshoeing, right? It's bending down at the bottom where people say it's not enough for the government to let people choose how to live. It is essential that the government instruct people and direct people on what to believe and how to live. And I don't know whether the horseshoe breaks off at the top or not.
What was that? The chocolate of the government and the peanut butter of faith. Going to use that one. Going to get that one on the bumper sticker. Chris Stirewalt, politics editor for the Hill News Nation, host of the Hill Sunday on News Nation, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and amateur theologian. Chris, always appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Happy Friday, fellas.
Happy Friday. Coming up, we'll get to some of your text steam release. Less than 10 minutes from now. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Looking for a career that truly matters? Healthcare offers stability, great benefits, and careers that are in demand right now. From patient care to technology and support roles, healthcare careers offer flexibility and opportunity. Not sure where you fit? Take the quick healthcare career quiz at explorehealthcareerswv.com. Discover the path that's right for you. Healthcare careers, where passion meets purpose.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
Ready to make this boating season unforgettable? Head to Lou Wendell Marine Sales, family owned and operated for over 40 years and West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Lou and his sons are boating experts from sales to service to repairs. And right now, their lot is packed with incredible inventory and some of the best deals of the season. Because they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com today. Boating season is almost here.
Some relationships just work better with trust, reliability, and great communication. That's why more West Virginians are choosing CityNet Gig Fiber. Fast, symmetrical speeds, no contracts, no data caps, and local teams monitoring the network around the clock. Plus, for a limited time, new residential customers can get 50% off any internet plan for a full year, with plans starting as low as $25 a month. Check availability at your address. Visit citynet.net today. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind. I forgot
and
about
onions.
that. Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You've heard the buzz about CityNet Fiber expanding across West Virginia. Now you can check your address, choose the plan that fits your needs, and even pick your preferred installation window. Visit citynet.net. Remember, CityNet connects, protects, and perfects. 304 Talk 304. Texter asks, in the past, Talkline's done polling for political races. Is that something that Metro News is going to do this year, or you wait until the general? Yes, we have done it in the past. Yes, we will do it in the future. Not doing it for the primary right now, though. So you'll have to use your best gut instincts as far as the primary goes. But yes, we have done it in the past. Yes, we plan to do it in the future. All right, Steam Release is coming up a couple of minutes from now, so prepare right now. Get your calls ready. Get your text ready, because we're going to turn it all over. What are you chuckling about there, Meta?
I'm just...
You still hung up on Stirewalt?
So, follow me. He reminds me of Charles Barkley. And here's why. He tells you the truth.
He does it with news and politics, but, I mean, it is not unlike that time that Chuck got on TV talking about the big old women in San Antonio.
Oh, gosh.
And it just hits you because it's the truth. And I'm just sitting here thinking, drawing that parallel in my mind. I mean, he and Chuck got a lot in common. I like it. Some people may not, but I like it.
This may be the first and only comparison Stirewalt has ever had to Charles Barkley.
I mean, you get where I'm going, though?
Yeah, just tells it like it is.
Yeah.
That's
need more of that.
That's why he's on the Sunday shows now, the big Sunday shows. Let me see. Any more text want to get in before? Texter just simply says, Chris Stirewalt is priceless again today. This is directed at Stirewalt. What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered rational thought. Everyone in the room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Points for effort. Well done.
Yeah, great Billy Madison. I mean, anytime you can pull out Billy Madison.
All right, that's all for us. We will guide you through Steam Release. Coming up next, it's your chance to vent anything you want to vent about. It is your opportunity. Give us a call at 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255, or text your Steam, which some of you have already done, to 304-TALK-304. This is Talkline on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. It's 11:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, no excuses.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Get you your latest on a TGI Friday. We're getting a break of the thunderstorm potential today, a low chance of an odd isolated shower, and then tomorrow we are included in a risk of some severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and still some risks of showers and storms Saturday night into Sunday. Strong cold front running into our very warm and humid air mass. So find your spot on the map for Saturday. Marginal to slight risk for isolated to scattered severe storms that are possible. Mainly damaging winds is the primary threat, but large hail and a brief spin up of a tornado in far northern West Virginia can't be ruled out as well. Your Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. Still a lot of warmth in here. Spots like Tampa, 90 today, 91 tomorrow, approaching some record heat down there. Chicago, 81 today, 58 tomorrow. Areas of the Great Lakes watching for another round of potential severe weather and heavy rain again out there. From Panhandle to Panhandle, 70s to low 80s. Up here, a low chance of a shower, mainly dry, lows in the 50s and 60s. Below record heat levels, but still well warmer than average. Martinsburg, you're at 81 today. You had a record high of 92 yesterday, so not as hot, but still well warmer than average by quite a bit. And lows in the 50s to near 60 tonight, warmer than average yet for the lows. Some of us have had some record warm lows in recent days too. And central to northern areas of the state, 70s and low 80s in here, still quite warmer than average. Low chance of an odd isolated shower. Dry tonight, lows in the 50s and near 60. And to the south, highs still 70s and 80s. Well warmer than average for still about a day and a half until this cold front swings through. Charleston, 84 sunny today, 61 tomorrow, 87 showers and storms likely. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday, cooler air early next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
On the next State of Minds.
When something like punk rock comes around, it's very anti-everything, and people were really looking down on what they were brought up with. And for us, we found it was kind of fun to embrace it.
Is it a moment or like they're having an episode?
No, but you're right. You're right. We are having a moment. Yeah.
Runs.
Made it to a Friday. That means TJ and I will kick our feet up and leave the rest of the show to you.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
We've had a tight show all week long. Lots to get to, lots of news to cover. That's not left a lot of time for you. But on Fridays, the final half hour of the show is all about you. Your chance to vent, get it all off your chest before you head into the weekend. We call it Steam Release. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. 800-765-8255. That's the number to call to release your steam. You can also text your steams to 304-TALK-304. Just a couple of general rules we try to adhere to. Number one, first and foremost, please don't get us fired or sued. Those kind of go hand in hand. Number two, you can steam about the host, past, current, and future for that matter, and we are not allowed to respond. You may steam unfettered. Try to keep them tight. We'll get through as many of them as we possibly can. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. You can text 304-TALK, 304-304-8255-304. That is the text line. Let's begin with the text steams, Mr. Meadows.
Bit of etiquette, if I may. Remember, don't text until I read your first steam, because then you're just throwing yourself out of the order. It's already happening. Texter says, with so many politicians enriching themselves by millions while in office, Senator Justice suffered financially in office. Wonder if he regrets the move. My steam, the president has just cut funding for a decades-old partnership with Catholic Charities and the Conference of Catholic Bishops. These services fund refugee resettlement and immigrant services. That a boy, Mr. Trump. You sure showed the Pope what a real tough guy looks like. How does a regional power, according to Chris, get rolled up in a week? This texter, Dave, saying, as the Greenbrier turns, I love it. We need more humor on the show to negate all the bad news in the world today. He offers, or she offers, some suggestions. General Resort, Guiding Jim, The Bold, and the Justices. Hey, Dave and TJ, thanks for the weekly propaganda update from Stirewalt. Does he ever talk about Democrats? Asks the texter. We're MAGA because he, the president, is finally doing what a whole lot of people have wanted. If Vance carries Trump's policies, he will be MAGA. As usual, Chris almost knows what he's talking about. Stirewalt, quote, they don't know it. They're just Lutherans. A bunch of emojis after that. 304-TALK-304. The problem is, I'm a Reese lover, and I love both chocolate and peanut butter, but I still like the separation of church and state. After today's show, I have finally got things figured out. With Cesspool Chris and the other liberal that was on earlier in the show, they think that President Biden was so good because they do the same crap talk and nothing comes out except something that smells bad. I agree. Trump's language and behavior needs work, but at least after 50 years, someone stood up to Iran. I don't see where the squad and the rest of the Fruit Loops have done anything to fix the problems. Have a great weekend. 304-TALK-304. Has anyone ever made less sense than Steyer Chuck? He spends his Sundays on TV, not in a church pew. Let's hope Stirewalt's golf swing doesn't remind you of Barkley, says the texter. 304-TALK-304. Pope Leo is quick to criticize Trump, but fails to condemn the acts of terrorism and human rights abuses caused by Iranian and other Islamic regimes. I'm almost getting tired of President Trump winning all the time for the American people who love this country.
304-TALK-304, that is the text line. Give us a call. Phones are open, 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number to call. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified general surgeons perform more than 2,500 procedures a year. They use advanced, minimally invasive techniques and robotic-assisted technology to reduce recovery time and improve outcomes. From complex procedures to routine care, we're leading the way with precision and expertise right here in West Virginia. Call 855-WVU-CARE or visit WVUmedicine.org. 800-765-8255.org. Phones are open, 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Keep the text rolling in as well at 304-TALK, 304. Steam release continues. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
Senator Shelley Moore Capito is more than a true conservative and proud West Virginian. She's a champion of our way of life. She doesn't just fight, she delivers, working with President Trump to close the border and keep our families safe, protect our energy jobs, and cut taxes, and establishing the New River Gorge National Park, a powerful economic engine. Shelley Moore Capito, our senator, our champion.
I'm Shelley Moore Capito, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Capito for West Virginia.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
Welcome back, class of 2011. Most likely to be a millionaire, didn't quite make it.
Hey, reunion's not over yet.
Over here, millionaire, smile.
Make room, people.
Who is that?
Congratulations to our very own Millionaire for Life.
Never too late, man.
You could win up to $1 million every year with Millionaire for Life. Play in store or online today. West Virginia Lottery. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Building a stronger West Virginia isn't just a dream, it's a mission. The High Technology Foundation knows economic diversity is the key. For over 30 years, they've been dedicated to transforming the state's economic landscape. Conveniently located in the heart of West Virginia, innovation, growth, opportunity, all under one roof. There's no need to look far for change. It's happening right here at the High Technology Foundation in North Central West Virginia. Visit WVHTF.org to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Looking for a show that talks about everything? You found it.
By the way, I'm really happy to talk about this as opposed to Ryan's opinion that
being a sports fan is a bad thing.
He said that it kept him from being stressed about it, not that it was a bad thing. They didn't have the stress. And, I mean, I've seen you pace.
Yeah, you're only 30 and you look like that.
So true. So
Join
true.
Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
You're going to be itching to get your boat out on the water with temperatures up in the 80s the next couple of days. It won't be long until summer is here, so now is the time to get ready with great deals on pontoon and fishing boats at Lou Wendell Marine Sales. LouWendellMarineSales.com. Lou Wendell Marine Sales, we sell family fun. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number, 800-765-8255. It's working now. 304-TALK, 304 is the text line. Let's go to Robert's on the phones. Hey, Robert, what's your steam?
Dave, good morning. Chris Stirewalt is wrong. MAGA will not die once Donald Trump leaves office, and he does know how to pontificate the bovine. And also, can somebody get a dispatch? I know he was worried about the war in the Middle East, but can somebody get a dispatch to General Hopitus Kercheval and let him know that his president, Donald Trump, has opened up the Strait of Hormuz? Have a good weekend.
You too, Robert. You too. Let's go to Jim. What's your steam, Jim?
How you doing there, guys? I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of hearing death to America for years and years. It's over and over and over. So stay out of Trump's way and keep your mouth shut and just deal with what he has to do to get the job done. I don't like what Trump is doing. I'm sorry. If you don't like what Trump is doing, I'll buy you a ticket to Iran. See how you like it over there.
Jim, we appreciate it. Have a great weekend, buddy. 800-765-TALK. 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. You can text us at 304-TALK 304. Benny, you're up. What do you got, Benny?
Yes, there's something I've wondered about for a long time. Why can't the Pope just wear a suit? Billy Graham wore a suit.
Benny, appreciate the call. 800-765-TALK. 800-765-8255. The phone number. Text us 304-TALK 304. Steve, what's your steam, Steve?
Well, so Speaker Hanshaw agrees the law so data centers can proliferate. Now it turns out that at least two of the data centers are personal clients of his, but if that's not stinky enough, Hanshaw gave and raised money for Independent Court of Appeals Judge Greer, who won't step down from the data center cases. Recusal is necessary to preserve the appearance of impropriety, and if it's not the right thing to do, it's politically right. Greer needs to remember the fate of good old Brent Benjamin. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Steve. Have a great weekend, buddy. 800-765-TALK is the phone number. 800-765-8255. You can text your steam to 304-TALK 304. Got a couple phone lines clear. Let's get some more text steams in, TJ.
Friday steam or plea, Dave. My president, please know that Pope Leo is only stating the most fundamental Christian beliefs, and one is about what is or is not a just war. This is one of Pope Leo's most basic jobs, especially when the world is in turmoil. Know that God does not require any of us to be mistake-free. God loves all of us. Dave, I'm worried about TJ. He sounds a bit bad. No, I am not talking about my... No. Yesterday, while I stopped at the red light near McDonald's in Elkins, I observed two West Virginia State Police officers temporarily controlling traffic in the intersection. One officer went above and beyond by assisting a man and a woman in a disabled vehicle, pushing their truck out of the roadway into a parking lot. Kudos to this officer for demonstrating both professionalism and compassion. We could use more of this spirit and heart today. Ethan's mother, no, I'm not, I don't talk about Ethan. I'm not talking about his mom. I'm not doing that. Stirewalt is a super intelligent man, and he knows it. Just ask him. He'll tell you. This texter said that rant was from old school, not Billy Madison, and then said, sorry, you were right. Show us off the rails. AI Jesus, the Trump to separation of church and state, Reese's, and the big old women of San Antonio, all in one segment. Just a typical Friday. Dave and TJ, as a voting West Virginian, I ask all voters, seek out candidates that want to see the size of government shrink, term limits for politicians, less taxes on businesses to bring more jobs to West Virginia. Rumors around the Saberton Popeyes drive-thru are that producer Ethan is rounding up investors to make a run at the Greenbrier. I heard he wants it for the bunker in case AI takes over the world. He doesn't know about the bomb shelter. He's planning on hiding in a sand trap on Old White. Could you imagine the backlash if Obama had portrayed himself as Jesus? MAGA is a mental disease. People are tired of hearing about justice in the Greenbrier. Is this a distraction from Trump and his crazy BS? Asks the texter.
304-TALK, 304. That's the text line to release your steam. Phone number's 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Doug, you're up. What's your steam, Doug?
Hey, it's more of an observation, really, and a question, I guess. I wonder, I should say, an openly proud gay man, why it is that the first callers on your show, these conservative men, sound like Lindsey Graham's sister.
Doug, appreciate the call. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Last call for phone calls, last call for text. It's your last opportunity to release your steam heading into the weekend. Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today. The application deadline is May 3rd. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Text us 304-TALK, 304. We'll wrap up the week with Steam Release next.
Poor circulation can lead to serious health problems. At WVU Medicine, we provide world-class vascular care, close to home and always within reach, treating aneurysms, varicose veins, and more, with advanced, minimally invasive procedures. Call 877-WVU, the number 4, HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family-owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
They say you can't take the lottery with you. But now, you can play anywhere, anytime with iPlay, the West Virginia Lottery's official app. From Cooper's Rock to the Greenbrier River, from the bleachers to your living room, iPlay goes where you do. Safe, simple, and always West Virginia proud. Play anywhere, anytime. Download iPlay today. iPlay, the fun, secure way to play, wherever life takes you. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Looking to advance your career without putting life on hold? Earn your MBA from Glenville State University in as little as 18 months. Choose from in-demand concentrations like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and healthcare administration. Whether you're leading teams, analyzing data, or protecting digital systems, our programs are designed for working professionals who want flexibility and results. Take the next step with an MBA from Glenville State University. Learn more and apply today at glenville.edu.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC.
Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Patients who have allergies and sinusitis, they have worse quality of life on many levels. At the WVU Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center, we provide all the most recent technology in office procedures to help patients who cannot breathe through their nose. Patients come in, within half an hour they can leave. Whatever problem with the sinus and allergy you're having, we can help you get the right treatment.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Last call for phone calls, 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. You can text your STEAM to 304-TALK-304. The West Virginia Lottery Back to Roots promotion tour continues. Every $5 in-store purchase gets a chance to win great prizes, plus entry into the $40,000 grand prize drawing. Put your best 80s gear on and join the tour. Visit WVLottery.com for a stop near you. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Back to the phones, 800-765-TALK. Ronnie, what's your STEAM today?
Yeah, a guy called in earlier about being gay. It's okay to be gay if you're a Democrat or whatever. That's just your choice in life. I mean, President Obama basically admitted he was in the letter to his so-called girlfriend.
Ronnie, appreciate the call. Rob, I got to hit the button. Hey, Rob, you're on Steam Release. What you got, buddy?
Hey, good afternoon. I just want to say, if Trump thinks he's made a deal with Iran, well, he's dumber than a box of rocks. You cannot deal with terrorists. These are the same people like Germany, the Nazis. The only way to defeat them is destroy them completely. And that's where we fought World War II, which was beautiful.
Rob, we appreciate the phone call. Have a great weekend. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Dale, you're up on Steam Release. What's going on, Dale?
Hey, DJ, another guy. It's Dale Lee. Spring is in the air. I got the top down in the Cadillac. I've mastered the zipper merge. I'm looking for family fun at Lou Wendell Marine Sales, and every other ad on TV is a candidate blasting another one. It's election season, baby.
Dale, appreciate it. Have a great weekend in the convertible. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-TALK, and 304-TALK-304. Let's get some more text themes in there, TJ.
Texter opines, MAGA will die when Trump does. Hey, guys, have you read? Nope, not doing that one. 304-TALK-304. West Virginia is really showing its intelligence on Steam Release today. Next thing you know, they'll be reading from the book of Tarantino, LOL. I'm not saying producer Ethan is stupid, but if you gave him a penny for his thoughts, you'd get change back. How can you be for either side? Democrats and Republicans both only care about one thing, getting reelected. I can't believe people allow others to control how they feel and think, the lowest of IQs. The Hershey Company called and issued a cease and desist order. They'll be in touch. 304-TALK-304. Do you realize your open for steam release was used by Limbaugh on Fridays, referring to your canned old man open? Candidly, no, I didn't. OMG, says the texter. Hoppy Acres, pass me a pitchfork and a straw hat, I'm in. Not all Republicans are Christians. Not all Christians are Republicans, but sin is still sin. We all have to answer to God eventually. Jesus is the only way. He has risen, says the texter. Dave?
A couple of more texts here. We got just about a minute. 304 Talk 304. How often do you hear the left giving any praise whatsoever for the good things that have occurred by our current administration? Never ever Trumpsters can't see the good through the lens of hatred for this president. Wind and solar aren't affected by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. I want to congratulate Donald Trump on reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a strait that was open before he started bombing Iran. I still think we have to have a place where we can go to read all the ones you won't read. LOL, says the texter. And you get the final word. Follow the news of the day over at the website, wvmetronews.com, and there is plenty of it over at the website. Coming up on many of these same Metro News radio stations, Metro News Midday with Dave and Amanda. We will talk to you Monday morning at 10:06. This is Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.